Hi, welcome to TshirtRiches.com. My name is Ross, and today we're going to talk about custom transfers as it relates to getting them made, the different sources that are available to you to getting your designs made. And we're going to talk briefly about the process of how to get your designs made and then getting them put onto the transfers, of course. First, we're going to start off with a company here in terms of where to get transfer designs made. There's a company called Transfer Express, and I have the link below the video where you can just click on it and get to it. But www.TransferExpress, just like it looks right here on the screen, TshirtRiches.com, and they make transfers. They're more of a one-stop shop. They have a little bit of everything. So for the newbie that's just getting started, they have a great customer service, great support, and a great system to help you get going with getting your first design out there or made and created. Now there is a drawback. They're extremely expensive to get transfers made, of course. There are other sources, as we reveal in our t-shirt business startup course, where you can get these transfers made for a lot cheaper. I mean, drastically cheaper. So there is a downside to Transfer Express. They're just expensive, but they allow you to order transfers in small quantity, like one transfer. If you just want to order 5 transfers, if you just want to order 10 of your designs, you can do that here with these guys. But again, you're going to pay significantly to get it, but it allows you to get started. So which is the most important thing, is getting started and not delaying the process, because once you get started, you'll generally find ways to keep the business moving forward, or you'll have the ability to sell your stuff once you get it created and out to the marketplace so people can see it. Having the stuff stored in your head or in your mind, or just the ideas and the visions of starting a t-shirt business, is two different things. It's different from actually having one. So the number one thing I want you to realize here is just get started. Even if you can only afford to buy one transfer design to get your shirt printed onto an actual shirt, do that. If all you can afford is 5 transfers, do that. Just get that design made, because at least if you have the design, you can potentially sell it or allow the opportunity for others to buy it. So enough of that. But anyhow, here at Transfer Express, they have something that they call an idea book. I would recommend you buy it. It's about $15, $20. I can't remember. It's been a long time ago since I ordered it. But in the idea book, they essentially have a bunch of templates and layouts that you can work from. So for example here, if you wanted to do a t-shirt design for an elementary school, hypothetically, or whatever, like here in this example, this is a layout, this is a template, has a picture of an eagle, has a circle here, it has a name and some words, and that's a layout. You can change anything that's within the template. Like from here, as you can see here, they have an eagle here, but they changed it to a colorful butterfly. They changed the name from Compton Elementary to Kiowa Girls Camp, and they changed the font style, they changed the colors, and you can do all of that. All of that stuff is set up inside of the idea book. They have hundreds of clip art graphics, a ton of different font styles, tons of graphics, and so you essentially choose the layout, change it to what you want it to be, and then you get the transfer, and of course you put that transfer into the t-shirt like you see here. Again, if you order from their idea book, the prices are fairly good, fairly reasonable. Now when you start making your own custom designs, it starts to get a little costly. I'm just click here just to kind of show you some of the different layouts that they have. So for example, if you want to create shirts for school, these are some ideas, like college designs, preschool, elementary, middle school, high school. If you wanted to create some designs for baseball, basketball, they have some templates here where it says Compton basketball. You can change that with your team name. You can swap out the graphic. These are just some generic ideas. You can change the colors, you can change the graph. I mean, you can move them all around. Clip art, I mean, they have thousands of clip art graphics. Just to give you an idea. Politics is real big right now. It's time for the election, presidential election here in the U.S., and people who want to make shirts for politics, again, you can come in here and choose from some of the ideas that they already have, and they have a variety, Democrats, Republican, whatever, and it's a lot. So this is definitely a great source to get started with. let me just hop around. I'm gonna jump back to the home page. But as you can see here, um, these are some of the designs that people have made with their transfer setup with their idea book. You can get colorful. You can make shirts for cheerleading. Um, you could even throw these things on sweatpants, and you see the designs here. So the opportunity is endless. Now, let me talk briefly about the design, because I know some of you guys already have design ideas already in mind of what you wanting to create. And at that point, you start dealing with custom transfers. And again, chances are it's a possibility that they may already have a template that's already laid out that might work for what you're trying to do. But for those of you all who don't know how to draw, for example, here's a t-shirt on one of our sites. This design, follows the Survivor TV show theme. Now, this is a stock transfer that we actually purchased from another company. It's one that sold very well, particularly in the beginning when Survivor was a very popular show. But as you can see here, somebody had to create this design. They had to draw it out, create the circle, put the crosses, throw in the font, throw the words in, and blah, 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 blah. Now, once the design was made, it was then at that point put onto a transfer. Now, how do you get your designs made? So if you already have designs floating around in your head, but if you can't draw, then you're going to have a problem getting that design custom made or drawn up. There's a site, and again, I have a link below the videos here. There's a site called TshirtRiches.com. That's www.freelancer.com. And basically, you can post a job request on the site. So there are graphic artists from all over the world that will bid on my project. So I can essentially say, hey, I have this design idea, and just kind of lay it out. I want it to look like this, that, and that. And I want the words to have this. I want this type of font. I want this. Create me some, so using your all's expertise, create me this design. And what happened, all of these graphic designers that are members of freelancer.com, they will bid to do your job. They'll bid to draft out your design. And you can get them anywhere ranging from $25, $50, $100, $200. You basically go through and pick the designer that you want based on the bid, and you can look at their portfolio and see other designs of their graphic work that they've done, and that way you can choose who you want to draw your work. So basically, by looking at their portfolio, you can see if they have the skill sets, or if their style of design is something that you like, then you can choose that person to do your design. So you can technically get someone to draw out your designs for as little as $25, $50, $75 to $100. And you don't have to go pay a graphic designer $500 or $1,000 to create this stuff for you, when you can come over here to Freelancer and get designers from across the world bidding on your project, which in the end allows you to get it done at a very reasonable price. Now, once you get that design made, it's at that point you come back to one of these transfer companies and send them your designs, and then they'll put it onto the transfer. Now, custom transfers, again, as I mentioned, Transfer Express, it's extremely expensive. In our course, in our t-shirt course, we outline some places where you can get other companies to make the transfers for you at a very reasonable price. Our course is listed here on our website. We cover a variety of things, such as selecting a legal structure for your name, whether to incorporate, how to get licenses and sales tax IDs so you can buy your stuff at a wholesale rate. We cover a lot of stuff, where to get your heat press machines. We show you step by step how to come in here and set up an account and post your first project with freelancer.com. We go over a variety of stuff. We talk about getting the labels on the back of your shirts, how to get your website set up and online so that you can showcase your designs to the world. We cover a lot of stuff, and again, we also list a variety of sources where you can get your transfer designs made at a very reasonable price. Now, for those of you all who are not interested in purchasing our course, we do have, if you scroll down below the video here, we do have the option for you just to buy the list of suppliers that will make your transfer designs for you. You can scroll down below the video and look up that information, and we'll send that to you in the mailbox. And but again, it's just something to get started on. Also, what we'll do when you sign up, if you decide to buy the list of companies that will send you transfers, what we'll do is also include a sample transfer in the package. So we'll mail you an actual transfer in the mail, so you can get an idea of what these transfers look like and feel like. So that way, when you get ready to get your designs made, you can have a general idea of what they look like. But that's pretty much it for this video here. I'm going to stop right here. If y'all have any questions, just post it on the below this video. Post a comment, leave your questions there. We'll get back to you with your answers. And again, I know this topic is a little complex, and I'm just trying to ram this information down over a course of a few minutes. But post your questions, leave your comments, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. My name is TshirtRiches Ross. Visit us online at www.TshirtRiches.com. Have a nice day.